Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill, and for the first time we'll be covering the Nike Footscape Woven in the cow print color scheme. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Today we'll be covering the Nike Air Footscape Woven silhouette, which originally released back in 1996 when it was first designed, and they're bringing it back. So we'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled this really cool color scheme, and then we'll conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. Let's jump right into it. So for those who are fans of having like pony hair on their sneakers and you're really looking for kind of a futuristic out there looking sneaker, or even just a sneaker that doesn't really look like a sneaker, this could be something right down your alleyway. As far as the print and pattern goes, we do have this really cool cow print pattern on the pony hair. I will say though, when I unboxed this, on the paper inside, it was actually already stained. So I would probably highly recommend to be careful with what you wear this with, because I do feel like it's going to bleed off very easily. You can already kind of see on the laces here, it's bled onto the laces, and it's actually bled a bit onto the white woven material as well. But as far as the upper, pretty much covered in that cow print pattern. And then we do have very high quality leather for the tongue here, and that is in a nice light beige tone. And we've got Nike and the swoosh mark, which is embroidered in white on top. So let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. So as you're probably seeing, this is actually a hybrid sneaker. So this is the Air Woven as well as the Air Footscape, which were very, very promising silhouettes that were quite popular. And I think when they combined the two, people kind of had this either you really hated it or you really loved it feelings towards this silhouette. So it hasn't had that much success. This did release in two colorways, a black alternative to this cow printed tone. I personally was not a fan of the black one. I just thought it looked very odd, and especially with the formatting and the logistics of what this silhouette looks like, I just think that the cow print gives it something. As far as the weaving goes, you're gonna see that all the way around to cover the full exterior of the sneaker itself. I think that woven has been something that Nike has really been putting on a lot of different sneakers that they have been bringing us this year. I feel like this is something they're really trying to make a trend for a lot of their sneakers. Again, it doesn't even really look like a sneaker in my opinion. This kind of almost has more of a moccasin feel to it, but they really did nail it with the quality on this. Again, the pony hair that you're feeling here, very soft to the touch, very real, and the woven pattern is very intricately displayed displayed in between that pony hair. On the back, we do have a swoosh mark, which you can see also has some dye from that pony hair on it because it has bled onto it. The interior is white for the insole with just a simple black Nike swoosh mark. And then as we wrap around, we've got that same exact pattern and color scheme going on as we saw in the medial side of the sneaker itself. Working our way to the bottom of the midsole, we've just got a clean white midsole with, again, a little bit of Nike branding on the bottom and back half. And then as we work our way to the bottom, we've got black and white to complete the sneaker. Let's take a look at those last and final details. All right, so as far as size and fit goes, this was in women's sizing. I went true to size, but honestly, I feel like I probably could have gone half a size up. I do feel like my toes reach the edge of the toe box here. One of the things that does make it a bit more wearable though, is I feel like it's very malleable with this weaving format as well as the texture that they decided to go with on here. So even though it is a little bit more snug, it's allowed me to move and have a little bit more flexibility with the wide width and with the flexible materials. But I do highly recommend actually probably potentially going half a size up on this if you want some extra space and you want to wear extra thick socks with these. All right, so as far as styling goes, again, really cool animal print that we've got going on here. I didn't want to take away from that print, so I wanted to keep all of my looks pretty neutral. So for the first look, I decided to go with a monochromatic feel with this kind of oatmeal colored pair of pants with a matching vest, just kind of making this more of the standout piece, especially with some of the cream tones that you see intermixed here. I wanted to really kind of go off of that colorway. Then for the second look, I wanted to dress it up a little bit with some suede. So I decided to go with this matching suede mini skirt and a jacket and a nice kind of neutral tan feel. I think that neutral browns and tans will go perfectly styled with this. And then for the last and final look, I decided to wear some brown stained pants that kind of had some different brown hues in it to really kind of complement the brown hues that you see throughout here. And then for the top, I wore this sleeveless knitted vest that was in a beige and cream tone.
love you. You flew too close to the sun. Yeah, you flew too close to the sun. Your mouth went on and on and on. Yeah, you flew.
All right, so as far as the retail goes for these retail at $160. They're currently going below that retail price point, so you probably snag these for a deal. Again, I've been seeing actually a lot of people wearing these, specifically Jeff Staple. I feel like this has kind of been his go-to travel sneaker. Again, it's extremely comfortable, very different. So if you're somebody who really wants to, I guess, step outside of the box, try something different and new, and have a little bit of a different complementary toned color with this cow print, this is probably something you should definitely snag a pair of, especially if these are below that retail price point. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We'll catch you all next episode.